Hey, welcome back for part 2, episode 14 of the Let's Play series. So, it's been about 30 minutes, and now our barricade is done. Still waiting on the castle gate. It's going to take a day. So we need to go raid some more and get some more loot so we can upgrade some of the other buildings. We're hoping to upgrade either the spell factory, the spell tower, or the troop academy. But you see, the loot will start to be drying up uh, because it is getting to be part of peak time for East Coast players. So middle of the day, people are off work, starting to raid more. So we'll have to end up taking 30 to 40,000 raids. So hopefully we can get. I think we need about 200,000. Hopefully we can get that amount or get very close to it, and then we can use some of our achievements possibly. But we'll see. If not, we might decide to just build the defenses up a little bit, so that will help us store our gold. Because the only thing we really, really want would be to upgrade our spells a little bit. Our Blade Storm needs to be upgraded for sure, so we can start taking out the Pyromancers in one hit. We haven't really faced many Pyromancers because we are low trophy range, which is a good thing for us. But we are slowly creeping up the leaderboards. We're at around 1,200 trophies right now. And there's not really a way to drop your trophies. You would have to waste all kinds of food to drop your trophies, and they said they're implementing a new loot system in the next update, which should be, I'm guessing, around the 5th of April. So it doesn't seem like there'd be any reason to stay low because it looks like they're gonna increase the loot for the higher levels. Maybe even for the lower levels as well, but I think it's going to be an exponential growth type thing because the upgrades require tons and tons more gold. At this stage, we're looking at close to 500,000 for a lot of the upgrades. Some of the towers and some of the, spell upgrades. You see the Hammer Strike will need 250. The Firestorm will need, 125. So they go up fairly quick. See, the Sword End will need 150. And then so after that, the next upgrade will be about 500,000. See, the Knight needs 750, which is huge. So it goes up fairly quick. So I can see them implementing, bigger loots in the higher trophy ranges to make things more fair and more fun. Because obviously, I mean, if you need like 3 million to upgrade something and you're only getting 30 or 40,000 in a raid, you have to do like 100 raids, and that's not fun. That's not entertaining. That's gonna make people pissed off and like, oh, this game sucks. You have to buy food. You have to use gems. Which that's a cool thing. Like this game, you don't have to buy gems. You don't have to pay money to be good. You can get great enjoyment. You can get high in the leaderboards without paying any money. It will take a little bit more work and more effort, but you can definitely do it. This is a very skill-based game. There's a lot of skills controlling the hero, controlling the troops. So, yes, you do have a huge advantage if you are going to spend money and buy gems with the scrolls. But other than that, that's the only huge advantage. So we're going to just go click next here. Found one fairly quickly for 30,000. So, there is, you're never going to be number one in the world. You're never going to be, number 5 probably. But you can definitely get it. I would say you could probably get into the top 100. Take a lot of work. That will be one of my goals eventually, is to get up into probably the top 50. Because like I said, I'm not going to spend any more money on this game. Uh, it's been about $10 on each account, and that's all. There's nothing else for me to buy there's no reason for me to buy gems. There's no reason for me to buy, to buy tons and tons of food or to speed the upgrades up. There's no reason at all for that. You just have to wait, have a little bit of patience. And even, I could have done without getting the third spell slot right away or the other thing, but the packages deals were a pretty good deal, and I really enjoy the game. To me, when you find a game that you like and it's fun, you're going to get some enjoyment out of it. You should reward the developers with a little bit of money, as long as it's not like you know constantly like you have to pay $10 every week or whatever. No, that's crazy. But like rewarding them for like making a great game that you enjoyed. Like I've put tons and tons of hours into this game already. Even just on this Let's Play series, this is already episode number 15 or 14, and each one of them is about 30 minutes long. So that's a good like close to probably 10 hours playing on just this account, and getting that much enjoyment for $5 or $10. That's a great value. You can't buy a brand new game for that. You can't pretty much do anything for $10 to get that much value. And I'm gonna get tons and tons of replay value out of this game. Like, I mean, I'm still gonna be playing this game probably for at least another 6 months, unless they do some crazy updates and make it really really crappy, or something goes horribly wrong. But yeah, you're gonna be playing this game for a long long period of times. I played Clash of Clans for over a year and a half, so you can see there. And I spent I think $5 in Clash of Clans, maybe 10. I didn't spend hardly any money there, and the main reason was because there was no reason to spend money in that game. They didn't give me a compelling reason to give them money. The game was fun, but it definitely was super super grindy, and that's one of the things that I like about this game. Is not as grindy. You can loot a good amount of loot. You don't have to do 50 million raids to get one upgrade. There's no super long troop waits for building an army. Like I'm fighting another fight right back to back. Clash of Clans, you have to wait like 20 or 30 minutes before you can fight again. It's just ridiculous. Otherwise you pay real money to, like, oh, I want to fight 2 battles in a row, and then to do that you have to pay like $5 because you have to speed up all your troops and make your spells. It's just ridiculous. So obviously, I liked the game. I liked how popular it was. I liked how the strategy involved in that game. But there was a lot of flaws that it has, and that's something that I don't see a lot of flaws in this game. It's still in pretty much the beta stage right now. They don't have the defensive replays, which is not a flaw, but it's something that needs to be added. They don't have a friends list, chat box, or global chat thing where you can talk to people. So you do kind of feel like you're playing a single player game, even though you are in a huge, massive multiplayer online game, and you're playing player versus player PvP. It doesn't feel like that because you don't have the community behind it yet. So that's something that they definitely need to add, and they are adding. All the things that they need to add, they're adding in this patch, which should be the fourth or fifth on my estimates. It could be a little bit later if things get pushed back, but that's roughly the time frame that they gave on their forums, was the fourth or fifth, around there, which was about 2 weeks from their posting. But anywhere, even if the update comes at the 15th of April, it's still not a big deal. Getting the things right, getting the defensive replays in there, getting the friends list, getting a more loot in the system, which is great, will help everyone out. Those are just things that are going to make the game more popular and better overall. So, and then obviously they have the hero items that will eventually come out, and that's something that could be problematic, because you're going to assume that they're going to force you to buy them with gems. And so as long as they're not insanely expensive, like 3,000 gems to buy one sword or one axe, or a new pair of boots to make your hero faster, then there won't be an issue. But if they're that expensive and they force people to buy, you know, $20 or $30 of gems just to get those hero items, and if the hero items are super powerful that like you have to have it, otherwise you're gonna get, you know, screwed over by everyone else that has those special hero items, then there's gonna be a big pay to win issue, and it's gonna make the game not as fun. So I kind of gave up on looking through the leaderboards and just going to do quick raids here and there. Uh, since I noticed I only need, I think it was about 150,000 for one of my upgrades. I think it was one of the spells. I'm going to go and just do raids real quick, get that quick cash, and then just, you know, upgrade the spell. Because it looked like I could actually upgrade them without even upgrading my spell factory, my wizard tower, which is cool. And I forget sometimes that things aren't maxed out on this account since we have been, uh, you know, just going and trying to upgrade the throne room and showing how to do that and doing several other things and not playing as much as I do on my other games. Then a lot of the upgrades have have been neglected. Like all our defensive towers and things are like level 1 or level 2. And in my real games, like I never do that. I always stay and upgrade everything max. Like, but I do put a lot of time and effort into it, and it's, you know, constantly checking here and there every, you know, hour or two just to see what the random raid is and see, because you can find raids that are 500,000 in loot and 200,000, 300,000. You can find those raids. It just takes a, you know, takes some luck. Really, that's what it comes down to. You have to be in the right place at the right time. You have to collect your farms constantly, and you have to build your farms up and build your silo up so you can store a lot of food. So we'll probably be done here because we won't have any more food. We're going to save our gems. It looks like we have enough for one actually more fight. Let's see if we can upgrade our spell. We have our 150. See, we need 300 to upgrade to that, so we don't have that. We can't upgrade the Hammer Strike. I think we can upgrade the Firestorm. Yeah, we can upgrade the Firestorm, which is critical. That is the best spell in the game, in my opinion. So we definitely want to upgrade that. We still have 27,000. We can try and get a little bit more. And see, here's a nice raid right here. Lucky, 95,000. And that's a huge raid. That's like 3 times more than what we'd be getting. We've been getting 25, 30,000, and now we're getting a 95,000. Just like, oh, cool. You know, one more raid, we'll be able to upgrade, you know, a bunch of things now. And so there's no secret formula for finding, you know, big raids like this. Your trophy range does affect it. That has actually just been confirmed by the developer today on their forums. The trophy range affects it. Your strength, it sounded like your strength as a hero versus your opponent's hero strength. So if he's level like 60 hero wise and you're level 35 hero wise, you're going to get more, you know, a better loot multiplier. And then it also said how it didn't say, it just said their, you know, their strengths and defense. So, you know, it didn't say if the throne room factors into it. If, you know, there's one throne room ahead of you, if you're going to get higher loot, which you should. It sounded like that's the system that they use. So, you know, it's good to stay low trophy range. And it may not be good to actually build up your throne room prematurely. You may want to stay and max everything out in your throne room, but that's something that will have to be tested and, you know, proven over time. That's something that we can't really do because we're already throne room 5. And unfortunately, it looks like we might die here. Alright, see, I had to come back because the hero is down to no life, and if he was burning, he would have died there. So now he's slowly regenerating since nothing's touching him. So you see, this opponent, although he was giving us 90 some odd thousand, he is stronger than the other people that we faced, and we're cutting it kind of close, cutting it down to, you know, the last 20 seconds here. And him having the pyromancer is definitely part of the reason why we are struggling a little bit. So even if we don't defeat his entire base, which looks like we will, but even if we didn't, we're still going to get a very big chunk of loot, and we